Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pursuing Excellence podcast. I'm your host, Jane Gay, and today on the podcast, I have Gabe Wright, currently attends the University of Pennsylvania. You went to high school, man, at Pace and Elka, right? Pace Academy and Eagles Lane Christian.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Okay. So Gabe, how's everything going with you, man? How's everything going?
Everything's going well, Jane. I'm enjoying my life up here in Philadelphia, and we're coming to the end of our academic semester, and we're coming to the close of our spring football season. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it.
That's great, man. So, Gabe, can you tell us a little bit about yourself so, my listeners can get to know you better? What's something, that they probably already didn't know about Gabe Wright?
Definitely. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I love to listen to music. I love to make music. I love to hang out with different groups of people and just share a lot of good memories with them. I love to play board games, do a lot of things that kind of produce quality memories. And I enjoy reading. I love science fiction movies. I'm currently binge watching all of the Avengers movies and the Marvel movies. So
all right. Yeah. Okay. Well, Gabe, first off, let me ask you, man. So talk about that transition from Pace Academy to Elka, man. What influenced that decision for you to transfer there, and how would you say the two schools are different as far as your experiences there? The culture and the academics, the athletics. Talk about that for a minute.
For sure. So I feel like at Pace Academy, it was a very fun school to go to, and there were a lot of bells and whistles that came with it. But I wasn't really sure that I could grow completely academically, athletically, and spiritually. So that kind of, in my sophomore year, I saw that certain teachers kind of had ulterior motives when talking to me and things like that I wasn't sure that the school was handling properly. So I just decided not to go there anymore, and God led me to Elka, and it was a very awesome choice. I enjoyed my time there.
Right. Definitely, man. So what would you say was your favorite memory of high school altogether?
My favorite memory of high school?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those, so.
When you're just hanging out with your friends, either in the summer, after workouts, or even in the cafeteria during lunch period, and you guys are just having awesome quality conversations, having great laughs with each other, and building those genuine connections.
Yeah, definitely, man. So what would you say was your favorite high school football memory?
Favorite high school football memory would have to be working out in the summer with your team, because that was when the team really got to build each other up and sort of build a bond through blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
When it was hot outside, you weren't really sure if you wanted to be at the workouts, but everyone knew that we had a goal to win state championships, and you wanted to develop and become the best football player that you could be. So with those two things, if you have that and grit, you're going to get through those workouts, and those workouts can really transform boys into men, if I do say so myself, with sled pushing, hill runs, lifting, in between all of that, agility work. It's a fun time because it's in the summer, so what better way to spend your summer than on the hills of Elka?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. So like you said, man, just that time, man, that you just spend with your teammates, your brothers, man. I'll agree with you, man. That's those times you don't really you don't get those back. So it's just enjoying that time with your friends, your teammates, working out together, getting better, getting stronger, faster, better. It's just those times, yeah, you enjoy those times. So like I said, you don't get them back. So, okay. So, Gabe, how would you say your relationship with Jesus Christ plays a role, in your academic life, your personal and your athletic life? Talk about that.
Yeah. So my relationship with Christ, I feel like, has really kept me disciplined and on the right track to goals that serve him. And goals that serve him will serve me, of course, because that is our ultimate purpose.
Yeah.
And whether it's just, making a decision to not listen to peer pressure, or just make a decision to go to sleep on time because you have an early class or an early workout, discipline through Christ has really kept me strong and steady.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. And, like you said, you and I both know, man, being athletes, student athletes, it's your relationship with Christ, man. It does play a huge role because, like you said, just those decisions with peer pressure, and like you said, doing the right things, making the right choices, that will not only affect you in the moment, but later down the road in life. So, and also, with sports, I mean, God gave us sports, and for us to enjoy and to have leisure, but the ultimate purpose is to glorify Him through these things, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or whatever it is that God has given you. So I feel like that's our ultimate goal with these things, is to honor Him, glorify Him, and show His amazing creativity through these things, but not to just put these earthly things on a pedestal. We can't do that. We have to use them the right way, So I think that's just the main goal for that, main purpose with that. So
I agree.
Yeah. So who would you say, man, is your role model in life? That person that you always look up to, man, that that person.
My role model in life, that would have to be my dad, because I feel like he has his priorities in order.
Yeah.
He's a very organized guy. He always keeps family first, and he keeps his work at a second, always. And I really appreciate how disciplined and focused he is, and how much time he takes out of his day, even though he's always working, to make sure that he checks up and communicates with me. And we just have some awesome conversations with each other, even though I am miles and miles away.
Right, man. So, Gabe, obviously with the coronavirus pandemic, man, it's impacted us, in ways that we didn't even think were possible, man. So just talk about, how it impacted you, because you graduated in 2020. So really, when this thing started really spreading across the country, man, the world, just hitting really hard, you get ready to go off to college, man. So talk about how over the last year the virus just impacted you and you guys up there, and everything as far as academically, athletically, things like that.
Oh, definitely. So of course, I don't know if you know this, but we were not on campus for the first semester this year. So I was still in Georgia, working out at Elka, and taking my classes virtually. So that took a hit right there, because as a freshman, we couldn't come onto campus, and we couldn't see our kind of the fruition of our school. And now on campus, everything's still pretty restricted. We take our classes virtually from our dorms. So that's been kind of difficult, because I really enjoy going in every day and seeing my teachers, seeing my peers in classes, and engaging in that way. On the football field, we have been phasing, because our school has been testing negatively for COVID-19 a lot, and a lot of us are getting vaccinated already. We've been phasing into spring ball, and we're fully into pads and hitting now. But that was a slow process. We could only start with workouts, socially distanced at first. We couldn't lift weights at first, and now we're all the way here. We're able to do everything pretty much. But we have to wear our masks under our helmets still.
Right, man. Yeah, man. This virus, it just, hopefully it'll continue. Everybody will continue to get vaccinated, man, and this thing will go away. We'll be back to normal life pretty soon. I'll be psyched when that happens. I know you will be as well.
Yes.
So, but So, man, what would you say influenced you, into choosing to go to the University of Pennsylvania? What was the main factor in you picking that school?
The main factor in choosing Penn was that I feel like I always want to challenge myself academically and athletically, and Penn being an Ivy League school, I knew I was going to get that academically. I wasn't sure how that would pan out on the football field, but definitely the competition is everywhere, as on every level. So that definitely all around, I am being pushed to be the best version of me that I can be, and I'm really glad I made my choice. I enjoy the Northeast weather, and even though the people up here are a little bit more rash, I'm enjoying the communities and the friends I'm making up here as well.
So you're missing that Southern hospitality, huh, man?
Definitely missing the Southern hospitality.
Yeah. But hey, man. So you said Penn's an Ivy League school, man. So what would you say is a difference between maybe like an Ivy League school and opposed to going to a normal college? What do you think is the a cultural difference there?
I feel like at Penn, everyone is competing at all times, whether it be on the football field, in the classroom, getting into clubs. Everything is a competition, and I love that because I'm a competitor.
Right.
So it's just because everyone's standard, pretty much everyone at the school was their high school valedictorian or salutatorian, or did some sort of amazing thing in high school. So it's just really cool being able to see all these different great minds come together and help each other, learn from each other, and glean off of each other really great attributes.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, Gabe, if you had to give current seniors and juniors who are about to be seniors advice heading into whether it be the final year of high school or if it's like my case, man, about to go to college, what would you say?
Yep.
Well, what kind of advice would you give?
I often see high schoolers, especially seniors, say they're ready for college. They cannot wait for high school to end, and I understand that feeling. I just want to make sure that seniors are taking their time to take everything in, because college is a huge transition. You're starting to be an adult and live life on your own. So just make sure you're prepared to head to college before you say, I want to leave high school and I can't wait to go to college, because every single moment of your life happens exactly as God planned it to happen. So don't rush anything, and everything will happen in due time.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, God's a plan, man. God's a plan for everybody. So, and I think patience, that's a really big key word here, because, because it is in our nature, as humans, but we tend to be impatient, man, but I feel like, patience is something we must have, because, God has a plan, whether we can see it or not. Most of the time we don't see it. But God's a plan for us, and I feel like it's good to just keep taking one day at a time, man, and just let God do His thing with that, man. Like you said, going into college, and into life, everybody has a purpose, a plan. It might be different from what you think your purpose is or your plan is, but God has the ultimate goal for you and what He wants you to be in life. So I think that's a good thing to look into as far as that. So Gabe, that brings me to ask you, man, what do you want to do as far as a career? As far what do you want to do?
For a career right now, I think one day I want to become a politician, but before then I want to become a criminal justice attorney.
Wow. Okay.
A defendant.
So talk about that. What brings you to say that?
I feel like I'm a very good arguer, to say the least.
Okay.
And I really like to defend people in the cases that they make. And that's also what my grandfather did, so that played a part in it as well.
Interesting. Hey, that's good, man. Yeah, well, you know what? I think you do a good job of that, man. So good luck to you with that. Um, last thing for you, Gabe. Switching back to football for a minute. What you played? Well, majority of the time, you play quarterback, man. So what would you say is the difference between like playing quarterback and playing any other position in football? Like, what would you say is the main?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
For quarterbacks, you are almost like the coach or I always saw it as not really the father, but like the older brother of the team, especially the offense. So you always have to be an example and a leader to the rest of your teammates. And when you get a bunch of guys who have that mentality across every position, that's when teams really become special. But the quarterback has to be your staple leader, has to always be sharp. Even if they're making mistakes, they're accountable. They're making sure their guys believe in them, building trust, building rapport. They know every single play. They're the first person in. They're the first person off the field. So things like that, sort of intangibles, that's what really makes a quarterback, I believe.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. And being offensive line myself, yeah, it's like, it's nothing like having, having that leader, man, the quarterback that's just, pushing everybody, to be their best man always, because ultimately, all the pressure goes on the QB, man. I feel like, because, you're just, no matter what, man, like you said, you're the leader, man. You're the older brother of the team. So everybody looks to you, man, as the leader, as the face. So, yeah, man, it's interesting, man. I've never seen things from a quarterback's perspective before, obviously. So, it's good to hear that from you, man. You played it, man. So, but Gabe, that's all for us today, unless you had anything else. But that's all I have for today for the podcast. And I appreciate you coming on today, man.
I actually have a question for you, Jaden.
Okay, go ahead.
I was wondering, what made you want to start this podcast? It's an awesome idea. You're doing a great job with it.
Oh, well, man, it's a hobby. I just, ultimately, man, I don't know, man. I just was sitting down one day and thought popped up in my head, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a podcast, and I feel like God's using me through this podcast, just to, just hear different insights, different perspectives on different things, man, and just talking with different people, camaraderie, and just serving Him, man. So that's why I feel like, God called me to do this, and I love doing it. It's fun, so yeah, that's why I decided to do the podcast, and I will continue to do it for as long as I can, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you ever need someone else to be on your podcast or you need some help with it, I'm here for you.
Yes, sir, man. So, yep, that's all for today on the Pursuing Excellence podcast, everybody. It's Gabe Wright, Tennessee University of Pennsylvania, quarterback, great guy. Thanks for being on the show today with us, Gabe. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jaden.
Yes, sir. So, Gabe, you take care, man. Stay safe. Good luck to you. I'll be talking with you.
All right. See you later, Jaden.
Yes, sir.
Be safe.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody, that was Gabe Wright. Good guy. UC10, like you were saying, Christian Academy and Pace Academy. Played quarterback. Good guy. Great quarterback. Great dude. Loves the Lord. And it was nice talking with him today. So I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast, and you can tune in for our next episode. All right, this has been Jane Gay, host of Pursuing Excellence, saying peace.